Joy here. Rachel and I would like to welcome you to You're All Right, Get Up, a podcast full of laughter, personal stories, encouragement, and often a show about living life. As a disclaimer, our podcast does not offer professional therapy or treat illness. We are a motivational supporting podcast sharing our life experiences, stories, and laughter.
Check out our website, allright.com, for a chance to win prizes and to shop online. Each week, we're going to ask our listeners a random question, and we would love for you to participate by entering your responses by clicking the answer button on our website. So our question this week is, what is something everyone looks stupid doing?
Oh, it gets meaty.
Yeah. This is kind of tough.
Right.
You have to keep it clean.
Okay, you want me to go, or you want to go?
You go ahead and go. Let's see what you
all
bring
right.
to the
Well,
table.
I have to say that something everyone looks stupid doing is people who don't know how to swim jumping from the high dive.
That is a good one.
Right? I mean,
very good.
It's like,
Yep.
it's not pretty. I mean,
That's me.
and it's all across the board. I mean, you almost could just sit back with a drink and just enjoy the afternoon.
Right. I'm going to be in that category for sure.
Oh goodness, I am not good at diving or anything like that.
I'm not a strong swimmer. I start saying I am.
Yeah.
That's false. I don't know if I've already said this or what it may be on a Wednesday, but I told you how I was swimming at the YMCA and the lifeguard
Yes.
actually got off the stand
Right.
to come help me. Like, I can't watch this anymore. It's torture. Let me help
My
you.
goodness.
And then I never came back.
Yeah. I would have been the same.
That's a tough one. I'm gonna go. I have two responses that I can think of. One is playing Twister.
Ooh, Twister.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's been a long time.
I don't think adults should play that game unless there's something at the end.
Exactly. Ooh.
I'll never forget at a Christmas work party, somebody was like, "Let's play Twister," and I was like, negative. I am not playing Twister with coworkers."
Yes, that is right. Yeah,
No.
that could get a little
Dicey.
yes, a little cheeky. Hello.
So I always feel dumb doing this. Like if you are going to a restaurant and you have a large party with you and they sit you in one of those large booths and you have to scoot in, like it's one seating, or like maybe it's like half a circle and you got to scoot in.
Yes.
Especially if you're in the middle and you got to scoot back out. Like you're just shuffling, scoot, shuffle, scoot, shuffle.
Which is always harder to scoot after.
Yeah. And then you're like, shit, ain't that yeast roll. Or if you've got on
Yes.
shorts and it's got that cheap
Ooh.
pleathery stuff,
Right.
You're kind of, that sounds bad.
There are places in the wood that's just not in the right spot,
Yeah,
and it grabs you and
exactly.
she
Like,
scoots
hello.
across. Whoa, wait a minute.
Hello.
Would you check me as we walk out the door just to make sure?
Like, I think I just ripped my britches.
Oh,
Or even like seating,
yes.
because then you have the wait staff waiting on you.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're like, scoot, 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 scoot.
Right.
Scoot, 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 scoot. I'm like, am I there yet? So I just don't think anybody looks appealing
Mm-hmm.
doing
That's
that.
right. That's a good one.
Thank you.
That's true.
Here all week.
Tip jar at the door.
Yes. I take Venmo.
Right. PayPal. I mean,
Yep. All manners of cash. If I don't have
Right.
it, I'll get it.
right. That's one thing about seating that, you go into restaurants often and you have the chairs or the benches and you sit down and you, oh, this is nice. This is pretty good, not bad seating. But
Mhm.
then it's hard as a rock. You're 15 minutes in and you're like, these are a little uncomfortable. It's almost like you just wonder, right? I mean, they have those there on purpose. I mean,
Right.
it's like, come on, people, eat your food and
Like,
get up and
get up.
leave.
It's time, your time is over.
This is not your living room sofa,
I don't like the high bars,
Right.
the high tables,
Yeah.
not high bars.
I don't like those either.
I don't like the high tops because I've got to run and jump to get on the seat. And then I found myself not actually relaxing because I'm trying to sit on the edge so that my feet can touch, like, usually the little...
Yes. I
don't
do
know
that too. Like the little bar that it has there.
Right.
Like,
Or like
you know,
your
for-
chair will have a
Yes.
second support beam at the
Mhm.
bottom. I don't know what it's called. Not a beam, but whatever.
Yeah.
To try to get some kind of like stability.
Yes.
And then if you got to slide back down because you've got to
Mhm.
go to the restroom or wash your hands before you eat or whatever. Struggles are real.
Yes. Short people issues,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Shall we tell
No.
listeners our height so that they understand
Yeah,
some of it?
absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, John, go ahead.
Well, I think I struggled with this before, and you laughed at me when I told you. I think initially, right, when I said
Yes.
I'm 5'4", and you were like, "No, you're not.
No, you're not.
But I'm really short."
Yes.
But yeah, I'd say 5'3", 5'4". You know, give or take shoes, depending on what
Okay.
what shoes I have on. But I do have to have a lot of help. It's like, oh, could you get that off that second shelf in that cabinet? I usually do pretty good with the second shelf, not so good with the top.
Mm-hmm.
I have to have help.
I am 5 feet tall. And there's been times I watch a television show with little people, and I've actually thought if I was on my own, I would redo this kitchen to my height, just like their kitchen.
Yes.
You know, where the countertop isn't almost to my chest,
Right. Exactly.
where I don't have to throw things to get it up on the top shelf, you know.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I use tongs
Yeah.
to try to get me some extra height, but usually I just have to grab the kitchen chair.
Yeah. I have a spatula that
Mhm.
I use.
Mm-hmm.
Tongs occasionally, but usually a little spatula to kind of, reach up and pull something towards me.
Or getting the clothes out of the washing machine.
Right.
Brian laughs at me all the time because I have to like hop up on kind of the edge and to bend over to get the last bit of the socks. If it's a sock load, and he's just laughing. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I gotta basically get in the washer to get down to the bottom because I can't bend over and reach it."
Yes, yes. You know, that's another thing. I mean, we were talking about, I think it was the last episode or so, we were talking about different trademarks and everything, but they should have a basket, a netting or a basket that you could just pull up on. It would pull the clothes
Ooh.
up towards you.
Another entrepreneur
on.
idea.
Right. I mean, why haven't we done this? I mean, we're so archaic. I mean,
Or, like a lot of the trucks, they have that tailgate now, like a mini tailgate.
yes,
Maybe.
right.
I don't know. It pulls down to a step somehow.
Yes.
I've kind of half paid attention, so obviously I'm not 100% accurate on this, so don't let us know I'm not. I know I'm not. But anyway, it has now a step so that you can get in the back of your truck with more ease.
Right.
I think they should have that on a washing machine now.
Right.
So instead of you having to carry the laundry basket with the device, we just have a little thing that you can push out and it becomes a step for you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, okay, same premise, right? You have the little kick thing on the back of the car for the lift gate, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of on your washer. You just have a
That's
little
brilliant.
kick thing,
Because
and
you're probably
kicks
going to be
down your
carrying
step.
stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, I love it.
and your little step pops out, and then you can step up there, right? So there you go.
I like it.
Good to go.
Well, you might as well put a little compartment in for your laundry detergent and stuff to store. You just kick out, a little table comes, maybe comes out, and then another piece comes forward. Like
right.
One goes to the side, and that's your little maybe shelving.
Right.
And then another piece comes out at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
perpendicular, and then that can be your step.
There you go.
I don't know why we're not in some kind of R&D program for a company. I just don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's to be seen. Yeah. Stay tuned, folks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
We'll
just begun.
continue. We'll continue. How about a story? Are we ready for a story?
Let's do it. But before we do that, I want to say again, y'all check out our Wednesday What's. Check out our tidbits. We're going to be dropping those, so stay tuned. They're short little tidbits for your midweek.
I feel like I was in college. Yeah, I was in college. And I met my future husband there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, of course, we're dating in college. And one of the things that we would do was go to each other's, parents' house.
Right.
And we would spend the weekend with each set of parents. And during this time, I'm fairly young. Like when you're looking back at it at this age, like, yeah, I was young, just a baby. And I was very shy.
Very shy as in just shy around
New people.
new people? Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, especially
Right.
people that you want to make an impression with.
Right.
And you want them to like you.
Mm-hmm.
And so you kind of weigh your words before you speak. And,
Sure.
I like to get to know somebody because I'm very lighthearted. And it takes people, I guess, a little bit to realize that 90% of the time I'm joking, because I've joked and people try to answer me. I'm like, that was a joke. Then it gets awkward because you sound like a smart aleck. Like, I know that. It's a joke. It's called exaggeration or satire. Look it up. So I'm very quiet. Very quiet. So we were home from college and we were actually visiting Brian's. He's going to love that I keep bringing him up on every podcast just about. But we were at Brian's parents.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I have amazing in-laws. We have a very small family. And so as a kid, I always dreamed of a huge family. And that's exactly what I got. And I love them.
Nice.
And I never, they always talk how bad mother-in-laws are.
Mm-hmm.
I had the best mother-in-law. And I
Nice.
still miss her to this day. She was really great. And her family's amazing. Shout out to everybody on Brian's dad's side of the family and his mom's side of the family. Love them all. We're home visiting them. And I don't know exactly where Brian and his mom went. Like, I don't know if they went to go get groceries or pick up dinner or whatever. So I'm left with just his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And his dad's a cut up.
Yeah.
They go wherever they're going to go. And I'm going to take a shower and get ready while they're gone. So I get in the shower real quick. And the guest bathroom's right off the living room.
Mm-hmm.
And then right across from the bathroom is the guest bedroom. So everything's real close together. So I get in the shower and do what you do in a shower. Keep it clean. Anyway.
Those clean things.
Yes. You're cleaning. Doing some cleaning. And I've gotten it really hot in the bathroom. Verbally. Not playing. So I've gotten it hot and steamy. And I'm going to get my clothes on. And then I'm going to open up the door so it kind of gets some fresh air in here and start de-steaming the bathroom because it's hot. I have a bag of clothes, but I don't want to contaminate my clean clothes with my dirty clothes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And so I kind of just fold everything up together that's dirty, and I kind of stick undergarments kind of wrapped in clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just kind of toss them into the guest bedroom on the floor by my bag. And then I go back in the bathroom and I finish getting ready now that it's kind of cooled off in there. So I get ready. And again, you're trying to make a good impression. So you're doing your hair the best that you can, makeup, everything. So I finish putting my makeup on and getting my hair fixed. And I'm like, well, I guess they're still not back. So I'm going to have to do that awkward thing where you sit with somebody you kind of know.
Right.
Like
try to make conversation.
Yeah, trying to make conversation. But luckily, he's watching golf. He still is
yeah.
a big golfer.
Mm-hmm.
And so I throw the rest of my stuff into the bedroom, and I look down, and I'm like, I see like a sock. I'm like, I thought I had everything tucked in nicely.
Right.
Put the sock in, and then I walk a very short distance down the hallway to the living room, and then I had layers of clothes. So I see like a little T-shirt that I had on,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, that's curious. Okay. So I pick it up and throw it in the guest room, and I proceed to go in the living room, and I sit down, and he's watching golf, and he probably makes a little comment, and then, I make my comment back, and then we're focused on the golf, and their living room carpet was dark. Thank goodness. Okay. And it's one of those TVs where you kind of look down. It wasn't the time where you have the flat screens that are mounted on the wall that you look up. You're looking down to watch TV.
Yes.
At that angle. So we're watching TV, and then I kind of notice something on the carpet.
Right.
And I'm curious, like, what is that? And then it hits me what exactly it is. It's my underbits.
Oh, no.
Yes, right there in the middle
worst nightmare
of the floor are my underbits.
Oh, no.
Yes. Luckily, they were black and the carpet was dark. I don't know if to this day if my father-in-law saw them and thought, for the love of everything that's good in the world, please pick him up. Or he never saw him.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know. There's a part of me just hopes that he never saw it.
Yeah.
And maybe his eyesight at that time wasn't great. And then you start going through your mind, how am I going to pick these things up?
Right.
Without drawing any attention
Right.
to your underbits being on the floor. So I'm like, just get them. But in my mind, I don't know if you've seen the movie Captain America,
Yes.
where they're, kind of testing his moral compass and what a strong advocate or person he is. Not an advocate, but a person of good intentions and that will protect his friends over himself. And so they throw the grenade on the ground and then, he jumps on top of it. That's exactly what I saw in my mind. Just me going from the couch into one smooth jump and just jumping over and balling up with them, holding them.
Just land on it.
And I was like, okay, you can't do that. Just be cool. And so then I have to oh, I forgot something. And then I just, and you have to remember, he's looking down, watching TV. And then here I come trotting across. And then I just take a little step down and grab them nonchalantly, put them in my pocket, and continue back to the guest room. And then I'm like, stupid dog. Because I realize he's gotten into my clothes to walk around the house with them.
Yeah.
Very embarrassing.
That is, no doubt. Oh, wow. We have a pup that likes to do that as well.
Oh.
Like if you don't put your clothes up in a basket or somewhere like that, she's going to come around, grab the underbits or some socks, and off she goes.
Yes.
And it's like, you just be prepared because she'll take them to the living room or take them down the stairs or somewhere. So, yeah, you never know where they'll end up.
One day I may get the nerve to ask him, did he notice that? Maybe when he listens to this podcast.
Maybe, right?
He'll be like, no, I never saw it. Oh, thank you. One of the could be embarrassing moments.
Yes, yes. Which all of us have had something like that. Oh, goodness.
Yes, we've all had embarrassing moments.
Oh, yes.
And then that panic of, what do I do?
What do I do? My underwear's up a flagpole.
Yes.
What's the next step?
Look here. I'm going to bend down and get these real quick.
Right.
Like you want to do like a dog and throw something like, look at that. I'm going to bend down and grab them and run.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, so embarrassing. I don't even think I ever told my husband.
Oh, really?
Because I was very proper.
Oh,
I told
wow.
Brian's aunts
Yeah.
about it. I don't know if they remember it.
So did the dog have a history of, has that happened before?
I don't think so. I think I was just special.
I see. Okay.
Like, oh.
It's like, welcome to the family.
Yeah. Here we come. Get your underbits.
Right.
Underbits, socks, and T-shirts. I was like, oh, yeah.
Right. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Well, it worked out.
It did.
You were able to pick them up successfully.
Sometimes you got to pick it off the ground to stand back up.
Right.
You're never at your weakest. I realized then I probably couldn't be a good smuggler. Because then you're sticking them in your pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing to see here. Just keep watching golf in my general vicinity.
Right.
As I nonchalantly bend down as I'm walking. Pick him up.
Oh, goodness. I would be so embarrassed, though. I guess it could be worse, right? The dog could show up and hand it to somebody.
Yes, I guess it could, yes.
So,
yeah.
it could be a lot worse.
It would be
just
if the dog had jumped on the couch and handed them
right.
to
Like,
my father-in-law.
look
Like,
at
here
what
I
I have.
go. Brought you a treat.
I found this in the hallway.
Let's play with these. Throw it and I'll fetch it.
Tuck it. Exactly.
I'm like,
Oh.
ugh.
Oh, our fun critters.
Yes.
Gotta love them.
So. I've never liked dogs after that. Nah, I love dogs. What prompted you to do a podcast?
Well, that's a very good question. and one that I will try to keep as short as I can. I am extremely blessed and happy about doing this podcast. And the reason that I'm doing it is because not of any planning or sort of premeditated thought or anything like that. I never even imagined doing something like this, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what makes it even more amazing and great, is that I feel like there was a time when, I think everybody, just like what we talk about on here, everybody goes through a difficult period. You go through those blips in your life, right?
I like it.
Everybody has blips. Come on. I mean, it happens, you get in those spots. It gets dead and dark and dreary. And then you're like, oh, I don't really like this. It's got to be more. Got to be something going on. And I don't know. I was in one of those spots where I just felt like I really want to do something to bring some purpose to other people and to myself, but to other people, to encourage them,
Right.
Because there's no denying. We look at what's going on and we see the stories, and we don't have to look far at some of the things that are happening, people that even hurt people they love the most. And it's just, without getting into too much of that, it's just unfortunate that we begin to see more and more, So that started to weigh heavy on me. And so one day I'm contemplating, hey, what's next, right? And I'm trying to get out of my funk that I'm in. And I was so fortunate to meet you again in life. I mean, we were already buddies with y'all. We went to high school together, and we were buddies and did a lot of really fun things together as kids do, when you're teenagers, and we don't have to tell you the best times.
Yes.
So we had history, and we caught back up to, together one day, and we're just like, hey, what are you doing? What's going on? And we got to talking, and come to find out, we both had a similar mission. We both had a similar idea about what we wanted to do and how we wanted to encourage people. And the more we talked, the more real that became. And we said, you know what? We need a lot of fire into this. We need to just try it. And I think it truly was really the purpose of helping other people. The manifesto, I think, in my mind was, if you can help one person, then you've helped many.
Right.
And really, that's, in short, what brought me here. That's going to be the manifesto for me going forward. Is I don't think there'll be any other reason than knowing that if it's just one person each time we do this, then it's enough. How about you? Got anything you want to add? Tell about me?
Well, don't make her angry.
Uh-oh.
No, just teasing. Just teasing.
Angry finger. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, the angry finger goes up.
Right.
No, very, very similar to what you stated. I just wanted to do something different, and I enjoy trying to make people laugh. That's usually how I work with friends. If they're sad or whatever, I try to make them laugh and maybe forget about their problems for a few seconds, and expose some of the craziness that's happened in my life, to let them know that it's not always perfect. You have mistakes and things don't always go your way, and maybe you're trying to impress somebody and things fall apart on that, and just let people know that it doesn't always have to be perfect for you to enjoy things. And like you said, even if I just help one person have a brighter day, it's worth all this.
Right.
And I had been wanting to do a podcast and kind of tossing it back and forth in my mind and looking for somebody to partner up with. And then lo and behold, maybe 2 weeks later, I get a text from you inquiring, hey, you want to do a podcast? Yes, I do.
What I've been thinking about lately.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
I have
what?
been like I had started
Crazy.
actually trying to price equipment.
Yeah. Yeah.
and research it. So it was perfect
Mhm.
timing with a perfect partner.
Podner.
That's
Podner.
Podna. Podna
Right.
from Boston. No, I know you're gonna be surprised that we're not from Boston.
Oh,
And
yeah.
just trying to go through the different names
Mm-hmm.
of the podcast. My mom was the type of person that if you had a paper cut, she thought you needed a blood transfusion and stitches. she was not gonna deal with injuries very well.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was always the extreme. So I always looked to my dad like, should I be concerned? Am I going to live? Is this thing going well? And so he would always say, you're all right, get up. So, like, if you fell off your bike or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you're all right, get up. Not like harshly. You're all right.
Right.
You can do it. Get
It's
back
okay.
up.
Encouragement. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, you're
encouraging.
okay.
So that's why I like that name and suggested it for our
Yeah.
podcast. And then sometimes I have to do that in my own life, especially on Monday mornings when I don't want to get up for work. I'm like, you're all right, get up.
Sure.
Need a paycheck.
Right.
I mean, people really
Roll
want
over.
really want me to pay them.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought about trying to live off the land,
Mm-hmm.
but I would probably only make it about 4 hours.
I don't think any of us would do that very well.
No.
We've probably forgotten every bit of knowledge somebody could pass.
I know.
Oh.
And so I'm excited, and I thank everybody who's subscribed and who's listening and
Followed and all that stuff.
liked different posts. And
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. Appreciate my friends who are going to be interviewed guests in the future. You know who
Yes.
you are.
Fun interviews coming up. That's
Yes.
right. Yeah. So there are interviews. We plan on having some good friends near and far that will share, their journeys, things that they may want us to know about their family, maybe what they do for a living. There's a variety of things, but stay tuned. Be really good.
Yes, keep listening. Life only gets better from here. I don't know. Also, I wanted people to know, they're not alone, and encourage people to seek out relationships, healthy relationships, because life does get hard, and you need those people in your life
Right.
that lift you up
Yes.
and encourage you to keep going on, and to let people know it's not weakness or there's something wrong with you if you feel like you can't do something by yourself.
Exactly.
That there's others who may have experienced exactly what you're going through or something very similar that are more than happy to help. And, the number of people who have committed suicide just breaks my heart. And so I don't want anybody to feel like that's the answer. It's not.
Exactly.
Never in a million years.
That's right.
So just trying to encourage people to reach out, like I said, and be part of this.
Yes. There's always someone that is there that's gone through a similar journey. It's like you say, it's really important to remember and know that sometimes we're stuck in the wrong relationships.
Right? That's true.
So we have to remember too that there might be situations you have to step back. Sometimes that's the way it is. But looking inward to yourself and just knowing that is this something that I need to step away from, or is this something I need to step towards? And doing that, I think you're going to come back with some insight in knowing that, you're not alone and that you have folks near and far that can say, yeah, I have a similar journey. You may hear some story on here that really, assimilates to that, but don't ever, 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 ever give up. Just don't do it. There's too much in life worth living and too many people that care about you that you don't even realize that they really care about you the way they do. And there's always hope. Remember, you are stronger than you think. Don't give up. If you feel overwhelmed and you can't do it on your own, reach out to a caring friend, pastor, or counselor. And if you feel like you've reached rock bottom, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline has caring people available 24/7. They can be reached by dialing or texting 988.
Stay healthy, stay connected, and know that you matter. Till next time, friends.